Now just under 30 seconds from launch. Ground
onboard power. Launch command issued for ignition.
Launch command has been issued. Second umbilical tower separated. Booster ignition.
Engines turbo pumps at flight speed. Engines at maximum thrust, lift off.
And lift off. We have liftoff of Nick Hague, Christina, Koch, and Alexey Ovchinin, now on their way to the International Space Station.
10 seconds, the parameters are nominal. This is Burlock 1, everything's
Good
nominal.
first stage performance so far. The Soyuz delivering 930,000 pounds of thrust from its 4 boosters and single engine. The first stage of the Soyuz measures 68 feet in length, 24 feet in diameter, burning liquid fuel for the first 2 minutes, 6 seconds of the flight.
Everything is nominal on board. The crew is feeling great. Seconds, the vehicle is stable. Copy all. This is Burlock 1. Everything is nominal on board. The crew is feeling very well.
One minute into the flight, everything looking good so far. The vehicle itself is now traveling at more than 1,000 miles per hour.
Is a nominal. Copy all. This is Burlock 1. Everything is nominal on board. The crew is feeling well.
As we lose sight of the vehicle, transitioning to an animation, everything looking good so far. This first stage with the 4 strap-on boosters will continue to burn until 1 minute 58 seconds.
80 seconds, everything is nominal. Copy all. The crew is feeling great, everything is nominal on board.
Good reports to the crew. About 10 more seconds of this first stage.
Thermal control system parameters are nominal. Copy all. Everything is nominal on board. The crew is feeling well.
Good call that the escape tower has been jettisoned. On time, the 4 booster separations have been confirmed. That core stage continuing on as the second stage. The launch shroud will be jettisoned at 2 minutes 37 seconds into the flight. Soyuz vehicle traveling well over 3,000 miles per hour.
140 seconds. The launch vehicle parameters are nominal. Copy all. Everything is nominal on board.
Good core stage performance. The launch shroud has been jettisoned. The rocket is now at 48 miles high.
The display 5 control descent display has been activated, illuminated. Copy all. 180 seconds. The vehicle is stable.
Good reports so far. This core stage will continue to burn until the 4 minute 43 second mark.
The crew is feeling great.
Good reports from the crew. Over 3 minutes from launch, the Soyuz vehicle traveling about 5,000 miles per hour.
200 seconds. Second stage.
Soyuz core stage is performing as expected. That core stage, 56 feet in length, 13.5 feet in diameter, with a single engine and 4 fuel chambers, providing between 178,000 and 222,000 pounds of thrust for its 3 minute 28 second burn. This stage will continue to burn until the 4 minute 43 second mark. The Soyuz uses what's called a hot staging technique. The third stage will ignite while the second is still burning.
Everything is nominal on board. The crew is feeling well.
It'll happen in that lattice structure you see at the center of the vehicle of this animation. Over 4 minutes into the flight, everything looking good so far.
.250 seconds. Your pitch roll are nominal. Everything is nominal on board.
4.5 minutes into the flight, everything looking good. About 15 seconds until the ignition of that third stage. Good separation of that second stage.
Second stage separation is confirmed. This is Berlak 1. I confirm that. Everything is nominal on board. The crew is feeling great. "310 seconds. The spacecraft is stable.
Good third stage performance, everything looking good. This booster will continue to burn until the 8-minute 45-second mark. Just over a 4-minute burn.
330 seconds.
This time the Soyuz vehicle well over 100 miles above the Earth.
This is Berlak 1. Copy all. Everything is nominal on board. The crew is feeling well.
The single engine of the Soyuz's third stage providing 67,000 pounds of thrust. Again burns until the 8-minute 45-second mark into the flight. Now just over 6 minutes after launch.
360 seconds. Your pitch roll are nominal. Copy all. This is Berlak 1. Everything is nominal on board.
Six minutes, 30 seconds into the flight, crew feeling good. Everything looking good so far for this last stage before the Soyuz itself is inserted into orbit. 8 minutes, 45 seconds after launch.
400 seconds. The spacecraft is stable. Copy all. Everything is nominal on board, and the crew is feeling great. This is Berlak 1. Copy all.
Over 7 minutes into the flight.
"430 seconds. Third stage thrusters are operating nominally. Copy all. This is Berlak 1, and everything is nominal on board, and the crew is feeling great. We are standing by for third stage separation at 22:56. Copy all.
Everything looking good, 7 minutes 45 seconds into the flight at this time, the Soyuz vehicle traveling well over 13,500 miles per hour. Once the third stage delivers the Soyuz to orbit and the module is separated, a series of pre-programmed commands will be executed to prepare the Soyuz for orbital operations. These stored commands, called time-tagged commands, allow many of the Soyuz's systems to be automatically activated by onboard computers at precise times stored in those computers.
Everything is nominal on board. The crew is feeling great. This is Berlak 1.
About 30 more seconds of this third stage burn and separation.
500 seconds. The flight is nominal. Everything is nominal on board. Berlak 1.
We have good third stage separation.
Third stage separation is confirmed.
Stage cutoff and separation occurring.
Berlak, congratulations on the insertion, orbit insertion. Mission Control Moscow is standing by. They're here.
The cruise antenna has deployed at this time.
Berlak, Moscow, how copy? Moscow, this is Berlak 1. Have you loud and clear?
At this time, all the antennas and solar arrays are
Third
deployed.
stage separation was nominal. Everything is nominal on board, and we are feeling great. Copy all. We are working from page 35, Soyuz ODF. Copy. We are closing both RPVs, the airflow regulators, and we are controlling the TS indicator panels. We are standing by for your first measurements as part of leak checks. This is Berlak 1, copy all, Moscow.
Soyuz now in orbit, solar arrays deployed, and the Soyuz crew on their way to the International Space Station, docking just 6 hours from now. The Soyuz itself orbiting at an altitude of about 143 miles by 118 miles.
Moscow, this is Berlak
The orbit will be raised systematically over the course of the next 2 days, placing it in close proximity to the International Space Station, systematically over the next 6 hours. The control of the spacecraft from here will be overseen from Russian Mission Control Center outside of Moscow, a view of what you're seeing now.
4 SR pressure, BO pressure, 812. 856, how copy? Copy all. Berlux, did the air go through? Moscow, this is Berlux.
Again, a great launch of the Soyuz MS-12 crew, launching on time at 2:14 p.m. Central Time, 12:14 out at the launch site in Baikonur, March 15th. Everything looking good so far for the crew's trip to the International Space Station. A textbook ascent, and the Soyuz is in orbit, solar arrays deployed, and the crew is on their way, going to be docking later tonight, Central Time.
Affirmative. You will need to deactivate that.
We will be replaying some views of that launch for you, but as we are waiting for those to come in, please keep sending in your questions using the hashtag AskNASA. We have a question from Andre, who's asking, what are the astronauts doing right now? You're hearing some of the English translation now during this broadcast as the Soyuz commander Alexey Ovchinin continues to work through some of those procedures for the flight of the Soyuz to the International Space Station. The Soyuz itself will be in communication with ground teams as long as the Soyuz is flying over those Russian ground stations in the northern hemisphere. The International Space Station, currently 254 statute miles over the Pacific Ocean just east of Japan. The Soyuz, you can see right behind it on this map, going to be chasing it down over the next 6 hours. The crew on board the International Space Station just waking up and of course watching the launch of their crewmates. They'll continue, they have shifted their day to accommodate the arrival of the crew just 6 hours from now. You can tune in to our docking coverage at 8:45 p.m. Eastern Time, 7:45 p.m. Central. Docking is scheduled to be at 9:07 p.m. Eastern, 8:07 Central.
17.5, 26, 378.
Follow along on Facebook, NASA.gov, and NASA TV, wherever you are watching around the world.